Shalom, Israel. Well, the ICPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohan. The ICPK been established since 1969, teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian that they are the true Israelite according to the Bible. The ICPK is not affiliated with any other Israelite group. In today's ICPK Chattanooga Scripture Breakdown, we're going to speak about how Christians claim that they love God, that they claim that they love the Most High, but that they have a fellow relationship with the Most High. But Christians don't really love the Most High. In actuality, they hate the Most High, man, because they don't even know what it means to love the Most High. They thinking what they doing on Sunday service is what they do. Meaning they love. They thinking that's loving the Most High. What they doing in the church house. They don't know. They have no idea what it means to love the Most High because they're not doing it. They're not doing what the Most High tell them to do. So they can't say they love the Most High. If you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commitment of the Most High, you're not loving the Most High. If you gossiping behind each other back, you don't love the Most High. If you're doing anything, if you up in them Christian, if you being a Christian at all or different religion, you don't love the Most High. Because the Bible is not a religious book, man. The Bible have nothing to do with religion. But your Christian pastor will have you thinking that it's a religious book. When in actuality, the Bible is just law, statutes, and commandment, and morals, and how to conduct ourselves, and how to separate ourselves from other nations, and how to serve the Most High, man. But Christians claim that they love God, having no idea what it means to love God, because they don't understand the Bible, they don't understand the scriptures. But they'll tell you that, yeah, I got a special relationship with God. I love God. I love Jesus. When Christ out of his own mouth say, if you love me, keep the commandments. And Christianity thinking that the 10 commandments is the only law. They think that's the only law. That let you know that they don't know the Bible at all. They don't understand the scriptures, man. So we're gonna break it down what it means to really love God, because Christianity don't love God at all, man. They don't know what it means. They don't know the meaning of true love and of loving God for real. All right, so we're going to go to the book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. The book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. It says, my little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. He said, do not love in word. Stop saying you love God. Stop saying you have a special relationship with God. Stop burning that out every time. Oh, I love God. I love Jesus. They got this song called how I love some Christian church, how they love the name Jesus. Like what kind of nonsense is that? You can't say you love God, but it said, but indeed, man, and in truth, you got to show it how you love God, man. You can't just say you love God. Saying you love God, anybody could just say I love somebody, something or somebody, but you got to show it. It says, but indeed and in truth, man. There's no truth in the Christian church, man. There's no truth in them Christian church at all. Not one. It ain't nothing but lies, hypocrisy, and abomination, nothing but filth up in them Christian church, man. They say they love God, but they don't keep not one law. They don't keep the laws of the Most High at all. You can't say you love God, but You out here with a pork chop in your mouth. You out here with a swine in your mouth. You out here with a blunt in your mouth. You out here molesting children. You out here sleeping with other man's wife. How can you say you love God? You can't say you love God, but you living a wicked lifestyle, man. Can't say you love God and you breaking all his commitment. Can't say you love God and you doing all these abomination, man. Can't say you love God and then you living that alternative lifestyle. How can you say you love God? You don't love God, man. Cause all these things here is you going against the Bible. Because to love God is to keep his law, statutes, and commandments, to do his will. That's how you love God. He said, do not love in words, man. He said, let us not love in word, neither in tongue. Stop saying you love God, man. But you're not doing the deed. You're not in the truth. You're telling the people lies. You're lying to the people. So how can you say you love God, man? You can't say that. You can't say you love God, but you live in a wicked lifestyle, man. You're robbing the poor. How can you say you love God? So how do you love God? The Bible tells you how you love God, man. God said he loved them that love him. He loves them that love him. So how do you love God? You got to keep his law, statutes, and commandment. You got to do his will, man. Christians don't do that. Christians don't keep the law, statutes, and commandment of the Most High. They don't do the will of the Most High. It's nothing but filth going up in them Christian church, man. None but the minds, like that's why our people is in the condition that they're in right now. The Christian church had led our people to destruction, man. With all these lies they've been telling our people that the law's done away with. How can you love God, but you telling the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian that the law's done away with? They don't have to keep the laws no more. That's not you loving God, man. You loving God is telling the truth, man. Telling the people the truth of the Bible. Teaching the Bible, man. But your pastors don't do that. He said, don't love in words and in tongue, but in deed and in truth, man. Don't just say you love God. Show it. Show that you love God. Prove that you love God. Christians can't prove that they love God because they don't keep the laws. Not one law do they keep. So that's how you know they don't love God. That's how you know the Christian church is full of lies, man. Full of hypocrites, man. That's all up in them Christian church, hypocrites. And that's why each and every time we tell our people, get out them Christian church, man. Get out that Christian church. What you going to learn in them Christian church? You're not finna learn one thing in them Christian church, man. So stop thinking you're going to learn anything because you're not, man. All you're just going to learn how to do is rob your brother even more. Get high even more. Sister J going to learn how to be a prostitute even more. Or be on that stripper pole even longer, man. That's all. Because your pastor ain't going to tell you the truth. They ain't going to tell you the truth of the Bible. They're going to lie to you. They're going to continue lying to you. And then you see why we in the situation we're in now. Because you listen to your pastors telling you that the law is done away with. And now you going around talking about you walking in the path with Jesus. You walking in the path with Christ. But here you is doing all wickedness, man. Living a wicked lifestyle, living ungodly. What path are you walking? What path are you walking in? You ain't walking in the path with Christ. Because you ain't keeping the laws, man. You're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandment. He said, do not love in tongue and in word, man, but in deed and in truth. What's the truth, man? The Bible, the law, statutes, and commandments, the truth, man. Knowing who you are, man, knowing your true identity, man. Knowing your culture, knowing that you got a God that you must serve and that you shall put no God before him. You can't say you love God and we're celebrating Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving. That's you putting another God before him. And the Most High say, you shall not have no God before him. Because he's a jealous God and he will destroy you, man. So how can you say you love God, but you celebrating all these pagan holidays, man? You don't love God. You can't say you love God and you out here eating pork. You out here celebrating Thanksgiving. You out here popping firecrackers on 4th of July. Out here celebrating Christmas. How's that loving God? You love the oppressor God. That's who you love. You love the white man God. You love the ordination God. That's the God that you love. That's the God Christians love, man. They don't love the God of the Bible. Christians don't love the God of the Bible. They don't worship the God of the Bible, man. They worship the God of the oppressor of these other nations. That's the God that they worship. That's the God that they love. They don't love the Most High. They don't love you how. Because they commit all these filth abomination. They live in this wicked lifestyle. Go to church on Sunday, sing and dance, jumping around, and don't do nothing, man. So how do you Christians love God when y'all don't keep the laws, man? Y'all don't keep the law of the Bible, so you can't say you love God. That's why the Bible says, do not love in tongue. It said, my little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth, man. Stop saying you love God, but you're not keeping his laws. Stop saying you love God, but you out here celebrating Thanksgiving, Halloween. You can't say you love God with a blunt in your mouth, man. With a piece of pork chop or crab or shrimp and lobsters you eating. Can't say you love God and you out here living this alternative lifestyle. And that be killing me when all these people, these LGBTQ people, they talking about they love God, they got a fellow relationship with God. But you live in a lifestyle that God say it's an abomination. How can you say you love God? That's the product of Christianity, man. You live in a lifestyle that God says it's an abomination, but you say you love God. You got a fellow relationship with God. What kind of lie is that? What kind of hypocrisy is that, man? That's all Christianity, man. That's all it is. And they don't love God. Because they ain't proven, they ain't shown that they love God. They say they're keeping the commandments, but they don't keep not one. They don't keep not one law. They'll answer, they'll make up so much excuses telling you that can no one be perfect. When the Bible say you could be perfect, man. Christ wouldn't say that if it wasn't true. So that'll make Christ a liar. If you say Christ say, be ye that perfect, just like the Father is in heaven is perfect, but you said can't no one be perfect. So that'll make Christ a lie. You can't say that. But Christian will tell you that no one can be perfect, but yet they love God. Like, come on, that's nonsense. That's foolishness, man. They don't keep the laws of the Bible, man. And that's how you gotta love God, by keeping his law, statutes, and commandment, by doing his will, man. And when I become the commander general, we do the will of the Father, man. We raise up our people. We take care of our people, man. We keep the laws, man. You Christians don't. That's how you gotta love the Most High. Love one another, man. But Christian, they talk behind your back. Your pastor sleeping with your woman. He molesting your children. But yet, they love God, though. According to your Christian pastors, according to them Christians, not one Christians love God, man. Anybody that's having a religion, that's in a religion, Christianity, Muslim, Catholic, all that, no, man, you don't love God because you don't know the God that you serve, and you don't know the God in the Bible. All you love is the God of these other nations. That's who you love. You don't love the God of the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That is your God. You're supposed to come back to your God, man. You're supposed to leave that Christianity mess alone and come back to your true God. Because you up in the Christian church, you worshiping a white man. That's who you worshiping, man. That's who you loving. You loving a white man. Because you thinking that's your God when he have nothing to do with you, black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man, woman. That white men they got in the Christian church have nothing to do with you. Let them people worship their own. Let them worship their Caesar Borgia, man. You come back to the black man's God, man. And he required for you to keep his law, statutes, and commandment. But Christians, they don't have no idea what the scripture is about, man. Okay. No, you can't say you love God, but you out here, you hating your brother and sister. You selling drugs to your brothers and sisters, man. You out here unaliving each other just over a, a block or color. And most of these drug dealers, most of these gangbangers, they Christians. You see them walk around with a Christian or cross around their neck. They up in the church house every Sunday. Most of them strippers, most of them prostitutes, they Christians, man. They up in the church house every Sunday after they live in this wicked lifestyle, living ungodly all weekly. Then Sunday they want to be holy like they just all holy. Go to the Christian church acting like they holy and stuff. Nah, man. They're also talking about they got a special relationship with Christ. They love Christ and all that. And Christian don't know what they talking about. So we're going to go to the book of John, chapter 14, verse 15. The book of John, chapter 14, verse 15. And this is out of Christ's own mouth. This is out of Christ's own mouth, man. It's written in red. He said, if you love me, keep my commitments. Christ telling you, man, if you love him, you claim you have a fellow relationship with Christ, you walk in the path with Christ. He said, if you love him, keep the commitments. But you Christians don't. You don't keep the commitments, man. Not one Christian keep the commitments. And you could prove that they don't keep the commitments. Look, go in the church house. Look, after every seven Sunday service, what they go do? They go eat nothing but unclean food, man. He said, keep his commitments, man. And he talking to the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Because the law was given to us. Keep his commitments if you so-called you love Christ. If you claim that you walk in the path with Christ, keep the commitments. He's telling you, man, this in the New Testament. But your Christian pastors say the law's done away with. You don't got to live by the law no more. Why Christ would say keep the commandments then? If the law's done away with. If the law was done away with, he would not say keep the commandments if you love him. And we ain't saying Christ is God, but you say you claim Christ, you love Christ. Christ came and do the will of the Father. He's telling you to keep the commandments. But Christians, it's hard for the Christian to keep the commandments. They don't. Like I said, they'll tell you that no one can be perfect just so they could fulfill that lustful lifestyle that they live in. Just so they could live it, man. That's why they'll tell you that no one is perfect. No one can be perfect. So they could continue sinning over and over and over and make excuses about it, man. Telling you, oh, can't nobody be perfect. Only perfect person that was perfect was Christ. They must not have read the Bible. They let you know they don't read the Bible. Job was perfect. Abraham was perfect. Joseph, the father of Christ, he was a righteous man. He was perfect. They let you know Christians don't read the Bible, man. They tell you that no one can be perfect just so they could live an ungodly lifestyle, man. Just so they could sleep with your woman. But no one is perfect though. But Christ said, if you love him, keep the commandments. If you love me, keep my commandments. And that's out of Christ's own mouth in the New Testament. But they're quick to tell you the law's done away with, man. You can eat that pork, crab, shrimp, and lobsters as long as you pray over it, as long as you ask God to bless it. Most High's not going to bless something that he told you not to eat, man. He's not going to okay you to eat something that he been to you is unclean for you, man. Why would the Most High tell you, okay, you could eat it then, as long as you pray over it? That don't make sense. There's nowhere in the Bible that it says that. Because they don't love the Most High, man. That's why they don't keep the Bible. They actually hate the Most High. Because they go against everything that's in the Bible. They only keep one law. You might as well just break them all. You break all, you don't try to keep the law of the tithes. That's the only law they keep. Only they don't keep no other law. They let you know how much they really hate the Most High because they're robbing the poor. You giving them all that money just so they could use it for themselves. But they don't do nothing with their money. They don't help out the community. They don't feed the people. They don't clothe the people. But they feed themselves. They let you know they hate the Most High. They don't love the Most High. They supposed to be feeding the flock, man. They supposed to be taking care of the poor, the homeless, the fatherless, the widow. But they don't do that. You can't even ask your Christian pastor for help you with the light bill because your light about to get cut off. The only thing they would tell you, let's pray about it. We'll pray for it. God will make a way. But you got all that money that you've been robbing the people for decades, and you can't help a person with their lights. He said, if you love them, keep our commitments, keep my commitments. Christians swear they keep the commitments. They swear the 10 commandments are the only laws in the Bible. But they themselves don't even keep the commitments. They don't keep the commitments at all. So how you gonna say you keep the commandments, but you out here introducing your congregation to your first gentleman? Like, what sense does that make? What sense does that make? You introducing your congregation to a first gentleman? Like, Christianity is a joke, man. But yet they claim they love God, though. But not at all do they keep the commandments. They don't keep the laws of the Most High. And say, we shall not steal. And they're robbing the poor, man. The commandments don't say thou shalt not steal. What you think your Christians do? They steal. Them pastors be stealing, man. Joel Osteen hiding money in the walls in this church. Even though the law was not given to them, even though they are not authorized to teach the Bible, but they stealing. He said, thou shalt not steal, man. Thou shalt not commit adultery. But yet they sleeping with another man's wife. All these Christians, all these rappers, all these celebrities, they Christians, man. And they talk, all they promote is sleeping with another man's wife, man. Walking around with a big chain across on their neck, going to Sunday service, but want to sleep with another man's wife. Like, that's homosexual, man. You want to take another man's woman that he had his route in. You want to go put your route in her. Like, come on now. There's plenty of women out there. So why you want your brother's wife for, man? All these drug dealers, all these kingpin, all these, dope, all these gangsters, they all Christians, man. And none of them keep the commandments. But yet they be quick to quote a scripture, but don't even go by, don't even keep it. And then you see them in church on Sunday after they done went to the script club, throwing money on the females. After they just had a shootout with their neighbor, with their people, with another black man. But then Sunday church, singing and dancing. He said, if you love me, keep that commandments, man. Keep my commandments. That out of Christ's own mouth, man. He said, thou shalt not kill. But when you out here unaliving your brother over what? Over a corner. that don't even belong to you over a color or just because he stepped on your shoes. He said you must forgive one another, but we quick to forgive the oppressor, but we can't even forgive our own people, man. And them same ones that act like they all holy, man, on a Sunday. Same one they be in them church house on the Sundays, man. But yet can't forgive their own brothers, can't forgive their own sisters. He said, you should have no God. He said, you should love the God, your God, with all your heart. You should put no other God before him. You celebrating these holidays is a form of worshiping another God, man. That's what it is. You worshiping another God. So if we can go to the book of Exodus, chapter 20, we're going in verse 3. He said, thou shalt have no other gods before me. He said, you should have no other gods before him, man. You should not have no other God before the Most High. When you celebrating these holidays, what you think you're doing? What you think you're doing, man? What you think you're doing when you celebrate 4th of July, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Mother's Day, Father's Day? You putting another God before him. You worshiping another God, man. And what them Christians do? They celebrate all these things here, man. Your pastor's supposed to tell you, don't do that. You ain't supposed to celebrate these pagan holidays. Because you go to your Christian church house, you see they got a big Christmas tree up in their house, in the church house. Have trick-or-treating in the church house. Easter hunting going in the church house. Like, but yet they supposed to love God, though. We're going to jump down to verse 5. It said, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. You hate the Most High, man. Christians actually hate the Most High. They hate the Most High. You bound down to these idols, man. You celebrating these pagan holidays. You hate the Most High, man. You don't love the Most High. Christians do not love the Most High. Because you bind yourself down to these holidays, to these gods, to these idols. You're in the Christian church bound down to white Jesus, bound down to a man on the cross. You hate the Most High, man. You can't say you love the Most High while you're in the Christian church. Can't say you love the Most High. You're in the Catholic Church. You can't say you love the Most High. You want to be a Muslim. You hate the Most High because you worshiping a God of another nation, man. You bind down to a God of another nation, but yet you say you love God. No, you hate God. You don't love God. You hate him. Verse 6, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. That's how, if you want to love God, man, you keep his commandments. That's how you love God, by keeping his commandment, doing the will that he commanded you to do, man, and serve him. That's how you love God. You love God by not celebrating these holidays, man. You love God by not eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. You love God by loving your brothers and sisters, man. You love God by not getting high. You love God by not unloving one another, man. That's how you love God, keeping his commandments, man. And he said he would show mercy unto 1,000 of them that love me. And you wonder why none of your prayer ever get answered. It said the Most High do not hear the prayer of sinners, man. Because you breaking all his laws. You're not living godly, man. You living ungodly. You living a wicked lifestyle. You don't keep none of his commitment. So you can't say you love God. Because just tell you out here. He said, to them that love me and keep my commandments. If you love God, you keep his commandments. That's the only way you love God, man. Keeping his law, statutes, and commandments. Not singing and dancing around, man. Not getting high out here, prostituting out there, man. Up on the stripper pole. You can't say you love God, man. That's not loving God. Then going to Sunday church on Sunday and singing and dancing. What kind of love is that? What kind of love is that, man? Because all these things the Most High tell you not to do, you do them. But technically, so that's saying you hate the Most High. You hate God, man. Because you don't want to follow his order. You want to follow his commandment. You don't want to listen to him. Don't want to hearken to the voice of the Most High. You think the Most High going to love you, man? No, he said he's going to visit. He said he's going to visit the iniquity of the fathers upon the children. You sinning, that don't mean you love him. He says that, man. He said, of them that hate me. And how do you hate the Most High? Living ungodly, man. Transgressing the law, breaking the law. Not doing what he commanded you to do, man. And how do you love him? By doing what he commanded you to do. We're in the ICPK. We love the Most High. We love our people, man. We love our brothers and sisters, man. That's why we put our life on the front line, to wake our people up, man. Give our people this truth, which Christians are not going to tell you. Your Christian pastor is not going to give you the truth of the Bible, man. They ain't going to tell you the truth of what it is, of what you're doing. Because why? The moment they tell you the truth, man, guess what? They know the money going to stop coming in. They know the money going to stop coming in. So they're going to continue lying to you, lying over and over and over. And that's why we tell our people every time, man, get out them Christian church, man. Get out them Christian church. You would not learn not one thing in them Christian church, man. See, we're going to show you verse 17, what it says. It said, thou shalt not thou shalt not convert thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not convert thy neighbor's wife. You should not want your neighbor's wife, man. You should not want another man's wife. You should not want your brother's wife, man. Because you lusting after another man's wife, man, it's sinning. It's adultery. These are the laws the Most High given us, man. They claim that they keep the 10 commandments, but these in the 10 commandments, man. It says you should not want another man's wife. But yet your Christian pastors sleeping with everybody's wife in there, man. It said, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. But yet they're robbing the poor. And your brothers out here unaliving each other over nonsense, man. You out of here unaliving each other for what? But then you want to be all holy on a Sunday, going to church, not learning a damn thing up in there, man. But just thinking how you could destroy your brothers and sisters furthermore by selling crack to them, by selling them drugs, man. Where shall I start? I can use this for lines. Let's go to 22. I was going to go to the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 37. And this is Christ speaking, man. This is out of Christ's own mouth. It says, Jesus said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. And this is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. He said, you should love God with all your soul, your might, and all your mind. That is the first and great commandment. And the second one is also like right behind it. You should love your neighbor as you love yourself, man. You should love your neighbor, man. When we talking about neighbors, not the one that live across the street from you, not Susie, Becky, John, whatever they want to be, or the one that your pastor tell you look to the right, look to the left, and say, I love you. No. Your neighbor is your fellow Israelite, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That's who your neighbor is, man. He said, you should love them as you love yourself. So how you gonna love God, but you hate that brother, man? You hate that sister. How you gonna love God, but you out here selling drugs to your brothers and sisters, man? You out here gossiping behind each other back. You out here getting angry with your brother for no reason. You out here want to sleep with your brother's wife, man. But you say you love God, though. How can you love God? The Bible says he that say he love God but hate his brother is a liar. And we're going to prove to you where it says that in the scriptures, man. You can't say you love God, but here you is trying to go to war with your people, with your own brothers and sisters, man. How you gonna say you love God, but you out here getting high? You out here selling crack to your people, man. He said you should love thy neighbor as you love yourself, man. Would you sell yourself crack, knowing that it would destroy some of our people, knowing that it would destroy them, and still go do it? If you claim you love yourself, you should love your neighbor too, man. You should love your fellow Black man, Hispanic and Native Indian man and woman. And this in the New Testament. But Christians, they hate their brothers. They hate their brothers. They hate their neighbors, man. Could Pastor Porkchop out here sleeping with your woman? You out here sleeping with your woman, man. So we're going to go to the book of 2 John, chapter 1, verse 6. We're going to go to the book of 2 John, chapter 1, verse 6. And it says, and this is love, that we walk after his commandments. That's how you love God, man. That we walk after his commandments, that we do his commandments, that we do what he commanded us to do, man. We keep his law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you love God. For you Christians that's out there, they don't know, they're claiming that you love God and stuff, but you live in a wicked lifestyle, but not claiming that you keep the commandments, but we know damn well y'all don't keep the commandments, man. Because it's telling you, and this is love, that we walk after his commandment. This is the commandment that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. Have we have heard in the beginning, meaning in the Old Testament. So for you Christians saying that the law's done away with, y'all don't believe in the Old Testament, it's telling you, man, that you walk in the commitments that was said in the beginning, man, that you was heard from the beginning, meaning from the Old Testament. But your pastor gonna tell you the law's done away with. That lets you know how much they don't love God, how much they hate God, man. Christians hate God because they do not keep the law, statute, and commandment. And it's telling you right here in the Bible, in the scripture, in the New Testament. Because Christians don't believe in the Old Testament. They only read the New Testament and have no understanding of what the Bible is talking about, have no understanding whatsoever the Bible means. Because they want to start in the middle of the book. This just like watching a movie. How can you say you understand the movie, but you want to watch the movie in the middle? You got to start from the beginning to the end, and then you would understand what's going on. He said, keep his commitments, man. For this is love, that we walk in his commitments. We walk after his commitments. That's how you love the Most High. Not by eating the pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. You don't love the Most High. You don't love the Most High, man. You do not love the Most High. You hate the Most High. And we're going to further prove again. The book of 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. The book of John, 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God. For this is the love of God. If you Christian want to know how to love God, sincerely love God, mean it, and not just saying it, like he said, do not love in word or neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. This is for you Christians, man. Say, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. We keep his commandments. Keep the whole law, man. The commandments is the foundation of the laws. You got to keep his commandment. If you say you love God, claim you love God, right? Say, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. And it said, and his commandments are not grievous, man. It's not grievous. It's not hard to do, man. The commandments, the laws make you perfect. You can be perfect. Stop listening to your Christian pastor talking about no one can be perfect, man. That's a lie. Christ wouldn't say that if it wasn't true. It's telling you, if you claim that you love God, you got to keep his commandments. Keep his laws, man. Keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Stop hating your brother, man. Stop getting angry at your brother for no reason. Stop hating your sisters, man. Each time you see that man come around, you want to get angry. You want to fight with that man, or you want to try to blow his brain out for no apparent reason. Because he got something that you don't have, but now you want to go try to rob him for it. And it says in the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 20, if a man say, I love God and hate his brother, he is a liar. You're a liar, man. You saying you love God, but you hate that black man right next to you. You thinking he's the enemy, you thinking he's the ops. You hate that Hispanic man right next to you. You hate that Native Indian man and woman. But you say you love God. How can you say you love God, but you got anger? You angry with this black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man for no reason, man? You want to go to war with your own people, but you claim that you love God. He said, you is a liar, man. You can't say you love God, but you have hatred for your own people. That's not loving God. That is not loving God, man. Technically, that's you hate the Most High. Because the Most High tell you to love one another, man. He tell you to love your neighbor as you love yourself. But you hate your brothers and sisters, man. You out here selling drugs to them. You hate them. He said, for he that loved not his brother whom he had seen, how can he love God whom he had not seen? You see this man here? He's in flesh and blood in front of you, but you still hate him. You still hate him. But you have not seen the Most High, but you say you love God. But this man here is right next to you, but you hate him without a cause. You hate him because he wearing a different color than you are. You hate him because he wearing blue. You hate him because he wearing red or black. You hate him because he on your block. He on the neighborhood that don't even belongs to you. But you hate him. And you could see him, but physically. But you can't even see the Most High, but you say you love God. But you hate your brother whom you have seen, whom you can see. Most High say you're a liar, man. You is a liar. But yet you want to go to church on a Sunday after you out here selling drugs to your people. You out here unaliving one another. Then you go to Sundays. Then you go to church on Sunday. Acting like you all holy, you godly and all. Christianity is a joke, man. It's full of hypocrites, man. Full of liars. It's the house of abomination, man. That's what the Christian is. Christian church is. That's how it says the house of Satan, man. Christian church is the house of Satan. It produced nothing but murderers and homosexual and all these things here, man. Because you see all your so-called gangster drug dealers, they in them Christian church with a big cross around their neck. But you hate one another, though. But you claim that you love God. Most I say you is a liar, man. You are a liar. You don't keep his commitments. Because it's in the Bible, thou shalt not kill. You want to rob this man because he got a nice car, he got money. He said, thou shalt not steal. You want to sleep with this woman. He said, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not convert thy neighbor's wife. You want that man's wife. And he said, this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. And those are in the commandments. You Christian claim that y'all keep the 10 commandments, but you banging another man's wife up. You stealing from the poor. And you unaliving each other each and every day on the streets, man, over nonsense. But y'all keep the commandments though, right? But y'all love God. Y'all don't love God because y'all not keeping his commandments. He said you should not be eating that pork, crab, shrimp, and lobsters. But y'all eat it anyway. Because the oppressor tell y'all it's a delicacy, y'all could eat it. So y'all go eat it anyway, because y'all listen to the oppressor. Y'all worship the creature more rather than the creator, man. Y'all go celebrate holidays because the oppressor tell you go celebrate it. That is you worshiping the creature more rather than the creator. You worshiping another God, man. You don't keep the commandments of the Most High. You don't love the Most High. Because if you didn't, like he said, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandment. And one of his commandments to love thy neighbor, man. Love as you love yourself. But you hate that man whom you have seen. You want to go to war with your people, man. You thinking he's your enemy, thinking he's your op. Your enemy been in your face for over 400 years, man. But you love them more rather than your own people. You'll forgive the oppressor quicker than you will forgive your own people, man. Because you hate that black man. You hate the Hispanic and Native Indian man. Because you listen to your Christian pastor telling you that the law's done away with. You don't got to keep the laws no more, man. But you claim you love God, though. Claim that you got a fellow personal relationship with God. That's what nonsense is that, man? That is foolishness, man. You're not keeping not one soever of the law. Not keeping not one of the laws, man. Christians don't keep not one of the laws. But yet they act like they walk in the path. We're going to go to the book of John, chapter 13, verse 34. This is in the New Testament. You know, New Testament. And this is Christ speaking, man. This is out of Christ's own mouth. The book of John, chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. He said, love one another, man. This is a commandment. This is a law. Love that black man. Love that Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman. Stop loving the oppressor, man. If you love the Most High, you ought to love your people, man. You ought to stop supporting these other nations, man. If you love the Most High, you separate from these nations, man, and gather yourself with your people, just like the book of Zephaniah say, man. Gather together, O nation, not desire. 35. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if you love one another. That's how we know you with the disciple of Christ. If you love one another, man. But your Christian pastors do not. They're not the disciple of Christ, because they don't love one another. They don't keep the laws. They don't keep the Bible. They don't keep the laws of the Bible, man. They don't read the Bible, man. Because if they loved one another, man, he would not be trying to sleep with your wife. He would not trying to molest your children. They let you know how much they hate their brother. How much of a liar the Christian church is, man. How much of a hypocrite your pastors are, man. They hate one another. They hate their brothers. But they love the oppressor, though. They love the oppressor, but they hate their neighbor. Christ out of his own mouth says, man, this is a commitment that you love one another as he have loved us. Letting you know how much Christians hate. They don't keep the laws, man. They claim they love Christ, but Christ telling them, if you love me, love your brother, man. Love your sister, man. If you claim that you got a personal relationship with me, love your sister. That's how all the women always talking about. Oh, they got a personal relationship with Christ. Oh, they walk in the path with Christ. But they gossiping right behind that sister back. They can't stand that sister. They can't stand their sisters, man. You claim that you love the Most High. You claim that you got a personal relationship with Christ. Stop aborting your babies, man. Why are you aborting your babies? Why you on that stripper pole? Why you out there prostituting yourself, man? But you claim that you got a personal relationship with Christ, though. But you out here aborting babies by the dozens, man. By the hundreds of thousands. Not keeping that one law, man. Christians, I tell you, man, have no understanding of the Bible. They have no understanding, man. And it's they pastors' fault, man, for lying to them, telling that the law's done away with. Don't keep the law no more, man. So now you out there shaking your behind. You out there on the corner selling your behind, man. But you claim that you got a personal relationship with Christ, though. And it's thanks to your Christian pastor for lying to us, man, for lying to the people. Now, in our mind, we think, okay, since the law's done away with, I could continue sinning and just go to church on Sundays and ask for forgiveness, and I'll be forgiven. You hate your sister, man. Christ telling you, love one another, man, just like he loved us. But we want to go to war with each other, man. We can't stand one another, man. So we're finna go to the book of Romans, chapter 5, verse 8. He said, but God commended his love towards us, and that while we were yet sinners, while we were doing all these sin wickedness, man, Most High still commend his love towards us, man. For he sent his son Christ to die on the cross for us, man. To die on the cross for our sins. While we yet living wickedly, man. Disobeying the Most High. Eating all these unclean food. Want to do what the other nations do, man. Living like the other nations, man. He said he commended his love towards us, man, while we was yet sinners. And then we still continue sinning. So we're going to go to the book, chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? So, and that's what Christians be doing, man. They don't understand what grace is, man. They have no idea what grace is. They still sinning, still living that wicked lifestyle. Just because they say we on the grace. Grace is a period of time to get right with the Most High, man. To come back, keep his law, statutes, and commandment. That don't mean continue sinning. That don't mean continue breaking the laws. That means you got to repent, man. Meaning you turn your life around, man. Live that lifestyle alone that you was living back in the days. Live that old you alone, man. That's not you no more. It's not you anymore, man. Because the Most High sent Christ to die for our sin, not for us to keep on sinning. Not for us to keep on sinning after he done passed, man. You done took his death in vain, man. You done took that man dying on the cross in vain. Because you out here still being wicked. Still eating that pork, crab, shrimp, lobster, still getting high. Still, living wickedly, man. Still robbing your brothers and sisters. Still want to do all type of wickedness that you see the world do, man. But you can't say you love God though, and you living ungodly. Can't say you love God, and you wicked as hell. How can you love God but you wicked as hell, man? And you hate your people. You can't love God. I was going to go to the book of Romans, chapter 13. We're going to start on verse 8. The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 8. Say, owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loved one another had fulfilled the law. You fulfilling the law, man, by loving one another, man. That is a law, to love one another. You loving God by loving your brothers and sisters, man. You are fulfilling the law. He said you are fulfilling the law. That's the fulfillment of the law, man. If you love one another. So you out here hating your brother, you don't love the Most High. It just clearly say you're a liar, man. If you say you love God, but you hate your brother, you hate your sister, you are a liar. And you are not you breaking the law. And that is a commandment that the Most High gave us, man. That was from the beginning. He said, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. Thy neighbor is your fellow Israelite, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That's who your fellow neighbor is, man. Not the oppressor, not the African, not the Chinese, not the Japanese, not the Arab, not the East Indian. They are not your neighbor. That's something your Christian pastor would tell you, man. That's your neighbor to the right, to the left. No, your neighbor is your fellow Israelite brothers and sisters, man, which are Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That's who you're supposed to be loving. You ain't supposed to be loving these other nations. You ain't supposed to be loving the oppressor, man. That black man is not your enemy. He is not your op. These other nations is your enemy, black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. You're supposed to be loving each other. Supposed to be supporting each other, man. But we out here supporting and helping, loving the wrong people. He said, for verse 9, he said, for this, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. He said, for this one, you should not do none of these things here, man. You should not do none of these things. If you love God, you will keep his commitment. For that is the love of God, man, to keep his commitment. And these are his commitment. And these in the New Testament, man. Because the pastor don't read the Bible, and it's telling you in the New Testament what you should not do. You should not commit adultery. You should not, thou shalt not convert. Thou shalt not do none of these things, man. But yet your pastors want to sleep with another man's wife, man. These rap artists, this R&B singer, these people with money, they want to sleep with another man's wife. That's what they promote in the music industry, man. Sleeping with another man's wife. And they all, what you think they all is? Christians, man. They are Christians. But they want to rob another black man. They want to steal from another black man. They want to steal from their own sisters, man. Your church pastor stealing from the poor. But you Christians claim that y'all read the Bible. Y'all claim that y'all holy, man. Y'all not, man. Y'all wicked as hell. And y'all hate the Most High. Y'all hate God. For it's saying, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Verse 10, love work no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. You love your brothers and sisters, man. You fulfilling the law, man. You loving God. You loving the Most High. Because that's his commitment, to love one another, man. To love thy neighbor, man. But you out here unaliving your people, you don't love the Most High. You hate your people, man. You hate your brothers and sisters. So by you hating your brothers and sisters and want to sleep with another man's wife and stealing and getting high, letting you know how much Christians hate the Most High, man. Christians hate God. They don't love God. They don't love the Most High, because they did. They would have kept the commitment like they swore they keep. They don't keep none of that, man. That is just lies in the Christian church, man. Christian church is not the truth. There's no truth in the Christian church. ICPK on the commanded Johanna is the home of the truth, man. We teach the truth of the Bible. We tell our people what they're doing is wrong, man. That lifestyle that they're living is wrong. Repent and turn away from that lifestyle, man. Get in class. Come serve your true power. So like, come serve your God, man. Keep these laws and statutes and commitment, man. Stop trying to sleep with another man's wife, man. Stop selling drugs to your people, man. And put that blunt and pork and shrimp and lobster down. You could live without that, man. The Most High gave us dietary law to go by, man. He gave us the food that we could eat, man. These laws meant for you to save you, black man, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. It's meant to heal you and keep you and deliver you from oppression. But the Most High says, if you hate him, he'll visit you, man. And how you hate the Most High? By not keeping his law, statutes, and commitment. By celebrating these holidays, man. Most High say, but he will show mercy unto 1,000 that love him and keep his commitments. So if you Christian want to love them, claim y'all love the Most High like y'all claim, keep his commitment. For it says commitment is not grievous. It is not grievous. Christ said you could be perfect. You can be perfect by keeping these laws, statutes, and commitment. The law is what makes you perfect, man. You loving one another, you is fulfilling the law. You are fulfilling the law, man. You loving that black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and child. And you separating yourself from the other nation. Stop living the way you see these other nations live, man. Stop interracial marriage with these other nations. Because that's a law too, not to give your sons and your daughter to them, man. Not to marry these other nations, man. If you marry an oppressive woman, you hate God. You hate the Most High. You don't love the Most High. You hate your sisters, man, going after another nations, man. He said, therefore, love is fulfilling of the law, man. It is fulfilling the law. And said, we have heard that from the beginning, man, meaning from the Old Testament. And it's going on in the New Testament, telling you that you got to love one another, man. Telling you don't do no ill things towards your neighbor. You know? And with that, the ICPK started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohan. The ICPK been established since 1969, teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian that they are the true Israelite according to the Bible. The ICPK is not affiliated with any other Israelite group. And with that, Shalom, Israel.